Chihuahuas are spirited, loyal little dogs with a personality that's way bigger than their size. But if you already have one or are thinking about bringing one home, there are some important things you'll need to know to keep them happy and healthy. That said, here are 10 things you should never do to your Chihuahua, no matter how tough they think they are. And make sure you stick around for the last one. It's essential for every Chihuahua owner to know. Number 1. Never let your Chihuahua jump down the couch or stairs. Chihuahuas might seem fearless, and to an extent they are, but their little bodies aren't built to handle high jumps or steep stairs. One wrong leap off a couch or down the stairs can be a recipe for disaster with their fragile frames. Many Chihuahua owners have experienced the heartbreak of seeing their beloved pet suffer from broken legs, back injuries, or even paralysis, all from something as simple as a couch jump gone wrong. In fact, one owner shared saying, "My Chihuahua damaged a disc in his back just from going downstairs. After 2 years, thousands of dollars in vet bills, and some regular treatments that he will need for the rest of his life, he no longer needs the wheelchair but still has little strength in his back legs." The thing is, Chihuahuas are particularly prone to luxating patellas, where the kneecap slips out of place, and this condition only worsens with impact. Letting your Chi bound down the stairs or hop off furniture is like tempting fate with their delicate joints. And even if they seem excited or determined to do it, their bodies may not have the strength to land safely. That said, ramps can be a lifesaver, literally. Training your Chihuahua to use a ramp and blocking off stairs helps avoid painful and costly injuries, like back disc damage, that could lead them needing treatment for life. For many Chi owners, anything over a few inches might as well be a mountain. So give them a lift or provide a ramp. They'll be safer and happier in the long run. Number 2. Never use a leash when walking your Chihuahua. When it comes to Chihuahuas, leashes attached to collars are a big no-no. These little dogs have delicate necks and tracheas, and even a gentle pull can cause serious harm. A sudden tug from a leash can lead to tracheal collapse, a painful and lifelong condition that makes it hard for your Chi to breathe. It's especially heartbreaking because it's so preventable. But don't get the wrong idea. I'm not suggesting you let your Chihuahua roam off leash. Instead, opt for a well-fitted harness that distributes pressure across their chest and shoulders, keeping their necks safe. A harness not only protects your Chihuahua's airway but also gives you better control without risking injury. Plus, harnesses make walks way more enjoyable for these spirited little pups. They can trot along without feeling any choking sensation. So when it's time for a walk, ditch the collar-leash combo. A harness keeps them safe, comfortable, and ready to take on the world one tiny step at a time. Number 3. Never leave your Chihuahua in the cold. Chihuahuas may act tough, but when it comes to cold weather, they're anything but. I mean, it shouldn't be any surprise. These tiny dogs have thin coats and low body fat, making them extra sensitive to chilly temperatures. Leaving them in the cold is like putting ice cubes in their bed. They'll be miserable and let you know it. And let me tell you, Chihuahuas are expert communicators when it comes to their needs. In fact, one owner suggests you have to give them blankets. If you don't give blankets, they'll make a sound at you until you do. Please give them a blanket. These little ones absolutely need their cozy blankets, and some Chihuahuas will even burrow and bundle themselves up until they're wrapped like tiny burritos. And if you plan to walk your Chihuahua in the wintertime, it's probably a good idea to buy a doggy coat and shoes for your dog. So whatever you do, don't leave your Chihuahua out in the cold. Seriously, a warm blanket and some winter clothes are essential for keeping them comfy and content. Number 4. Never allow rough play with your Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are tiny dogs, but shh, don't tell them that. The problem with this is that they tend to act like they're much bigger than they are. But with their delicate frames, Chihuahuas aren't built for rough play, especially with much larger dogs. While they might think they're ready to wrestle with the big dogs, their tiny bodies simply can't handle the same level of roughhousing. One Chihuahua owner shared, "My Chihuahua thinks he's a heavyweight champ and tries to wrestle with my bigger dog. I have to step in because, in his mind, he's invincible, but his tiny legs say otherwise. Rough play with larger pets or even energetic kids can lead to serious injuries for a Chihuahua. Think broken bones, bruises, or even internal injuries from an accidental bump or tumble. Despite their brave personalities, Chihuahuas are much more fragile than they realize. They're better suited to gentle games and calm interactions. But if they're in the mood to play rough, make sure they're sticking to playmates their own size. So if playtime gets a little too rowdy, it's best to step in and give them a safe break. A bit of careful handling goes a long way in keeping your cheese safe and healthy. Number 5. Never skip out on socialization, especially with a Chi. With any dog, it's never a good idea to skip out on socialization training. With a Chihuahua, though, socialization is especially important. The thing about Chihuahuas is that they're naturally cautious dogs, and without proper socialization, they can quickly become reactive to strangers, other dogs, or new environments. Chihuahuas who aren't exposed to different situations early on might see every new face or unfamiliar sound as a threat, leading to lots of barking, growling, or even defensive snapping. Oh, and trust me, it can get out of hand quickly. Introducing them to various people, pets, and places helps them build confidence and stay calm. Even short trips to pet-friendly stores or quiet park areas can make a big difference. Socialization doesn't just help them get along with others, it also leads to a happier, more relaxed Chihuahua who feels secure in their world. Number 6. Never leave them alone for long periods. Make no mistake, Chihuahuas are true companion dogs, and they expect to be right by your side. They may be small, but their need for companionship is huge. Leaving them alone for long periods can lead to serious separation anxiety, which these dogs are naturally prone to developing. These dogs are incredibly loyal and thrive on being close to their favorite people. So when left solo for too long, they may become stressed, bark excessively, or even resort to destructive behaviors as a way to cope. However, one owner gave a suggestion saying, "This is an underrated piece of advice. Be as sneaky as possible when you leave." I had a bad habit of telling my dog, "Bye-bye," and then she realized what that meant and it would give her serious anxiety. Chihuahuas are happiest when they feel part of the pack, which in their minds means you. If you're going to be away for a while, consider options like having someone check in on them or leaving them with a trusted friend. Number 7. Never let aggressive behavior slip by without addressing it. Don't overlook nipping, growling, or any other signs of aggressive behavior in your Chihuahua. These dogs might be small, but they have big personalities, and if these behaviors go unchecked, they can quickly become a habit. Letting aggression slide only reinforces that it's okay, which can lead to more intense reactivity or even biting as they grow older. Sure, they're tiny, and it might seem amusing at first, but it won't be so funny if they start reacting like this around a small child. Instead, gently but firmly correct the behavior and reinforce positive actions. Chihuahuas can be quick to defend their territory or favorite people, but with consistent training and guidance, they can learn to channel that loyalty in healthy ways. Remember that addressing these behaviors early keeps your Chihuahua balanced, confident, and a joy to be around. Number 8. Never overfeed your Chihuahua. Believe it or not, but that slim little dog of yours, they're actually prone to packing on pounds. And to some, a little chubby Chihuahua might be the cutest thing ever. But here's the problem. Chihuahuas have tiny frames, so even a bit of extra weight is like strapping on a heavy backpack for them. And while they might give you those big, irresistible eyes for just one more treat, letting them indulge too much can lead to a whole list of health issues, joint pain, heart problems, and even diabetes. In other words, an overweight Chihuahua is like a tiny little bomb for health complications. Chihuahuas also tend to be master manipulators, practically convincing you that their dinner portion vanished into thin air. But don't let their puppy dog eyes win. stick to their proper food portions, and opt for low-calorie treats if you just can't resist spoiling them. Remember, it's all about keeping them light on their feet and giving them a long, happy life. So when your Chihuahua starts begging, just remind them treats are for good boys and girls, not tiny sumo wrestlers. Number 9. Never take them on a long-distance hike or walk. More often than not, you'll find that Chihuahuas will be full of energy. However, they're not exactly built for the long haul. Taking them on a long-distance hike or extended walk can quickly wear them out and even put strain on their little bodies. Those little legs have to work twice as hard to keep up. And what starts as a fun outing can turn into an exhausting marathon for your Chi. While they may try to keep up with you, they're better suited to short, frequent walks or play sessions where they can stay active without overdoing it. And trust me, if you're far from home and they hit their limit, you may end up carrying them the rest of the way. And yes, they'll love every second of being carried like royalty. So when it comes to exercise, think quality over quantity. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you'll probably love this video here. And if you hit subscribe, I'll donate a meal to a rescue dog on your behalf.